Welcome to Samu't Sari Conversations with Mimi, a weekly podcast by Social, also a member of the Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate. Samu't Sari is where we can show that ordinary people do extraordinary things. Tune in to be entertained and to learn something new with your host, Mimi Guerrilla.
Hello and welcome to Samu't Sari Conversations with Mimi Season 2. I can't believe that it's already Season 2. It's a podcast featuring hot topics and other topics of interest for men and women alike. And obviously, what I like best about this show is that I feature guests who share their passion and commitment to their profession or talents. And here at Samu't Sari, we share stories to inspire you, stories from ordinary people who make extraordinary things. And we know for season 2, there are so many previous episodes already where I mentioned the focus is on highlighting the experiences of people who are now work from home professionals, people who are freelancers, people who are virtual assistants, because as we know, the pandemic has given us an opportunity to change the way we work. And some people are still lost. Believe it or not, still lost in terms of what they want to do with their lives and during the pandemic and what they can offer while they're going back to their jobs, or if they can't go back to their jobs, what are they going to do? So I'm hoping that our interviewees will inspire you, the audience, wherever you are, maybe you're in the Philippines or outside the Philippines, to consider work from home or to consider being a freelancer or to consider being a virtual assistant. And today, I'm very privileged and honored to have with me on the show Miss Frances Cruz. She's a Facebook ads strategist. She also has her own tribe. She has her own set of clients. And before that, she has a very colorful non-work from home, non-freelancer career, which I will also ask her about. But first things first, I'd like to welcome Frances to the show and say hi to my listeners and my viewers all over. I don't know where yet, but they're all over.
Hello po. It's good morning or good evening or good afternoon to everyone. And thank you very much po, Miss Mimi, for giving me the opportunity to share what I've been doing for the past years po. Hello po. I'm so pleasured to be in your show po.
Ako ang dapat na magsabi ng I'm really thankful because I know how busy people like you are, because wala na nga tayo sa office environment. You have a different work work routine. You are in control of your time, and sometimes your time is not your time but the time of the client you're working with kung nasa ibang bansa sila. So thank you for the time that you've given me today. So Frances, let's start with your pre-freelancer, pre-virtual assistant life. I've read a blog about you, and it says there that you worked in a not-for-profit. Am I correct? Or an NGO? Was that the case? Or
yes,
you were working in a job that you were passionate about, and you didn't care about the financial aspect of that job. So, give us a very brief history. Si Frances bago siya naging kung saan na siya nandun ngayon. So, just a little bit of a flavor para lang may context tayo sa next set of questions natin.
Ayun. Actually, tama po no yung blog na nabasa nyo. I used to be a non-government professional. I used to work for a social responsibility arm of a big broadcast network in the Philippines, and then I transferred to its sister foundation, its sister NGO, and I was an assistant program manager back then. So I've been managing several corporate accounts na ginagawa yung mga corporate social responsibility projects ng mga certain corporations. So from the petroleum industry, I have huge sponsors or clients from the broadcast industry, from the petroleum industry, from the banking industry. So I was that kind of person na talagang passion. Parang wala, okay lang kahit hindi masyado malaki yung fee. I'm a manager, but when I talk to my classmates back then when I was in college, mga friends ko, pag malalaman ko yung mga salary nila, teka muna, manager ba talaga ako? So parang ganun. But I didn't actually look at it that way kasi talaga masaya ako na whenever I do this kind of project for that particular social cause, for that particular sponsorship, talagang happy po ako kasi we have communities, we help communities. We have back then with the projects that I've managed, I was part of a Yolanda or a Hayan response team for educational arm
Yeah.
for the NGO. So that was 2014. We were there 2014 sa Tacloban, Leyte, Samar po. And then after that, the project that I managed naman for the community of the public utility drivers in the Philippines. So talagang, alam niyo po, yun puso talaga. And I was really happy back then. And I am looking back, happy talaga po ako sa naging experience na back then. But there's this great opportunity that my friends from my college classmates parang in-enlighten nila ako na, why don't you try this type of work, or why don't you try this type of service that we know that you can, because you also can do this. And then na-highlight na doon na, naho, yung sweldo mo triple nung sweldo mo dito, something like that. And alam niyo po yun, I'm actually 28 right now, and I doon ako napaisip na parang, oo nga no, hindi pwedeng passion na lang. Hindi pwedeng passion lang, and hindi po pwede na parang, okay, settled ka na sa ganitong financial stability mo. You have to earn mo ng mga dreams ng iba na, syempre, retire earlier and enjoy whatever you've provided for yourself nung younger years mo. So that was actually the turning point na sabi ko, sige nga, let me consider this type of this kind of industry na bago pa. I think back then medyo bago pa siya, pero ngayon sobrang naging boom siya due to pandemic. So yun po yung backstory ko. So from an NGO employee to now a Facebook ad strategist, managing several businesses locally in the Philippines po.
Wow. Pero yung course mo nung college ka, was that really related to your community work or your NGO work, or marketing ka ba, or finance, commerce? What's your field?
I graduated mass communication po. So medyo related for communication work. Kasi I managed the entire project from the pre-planning down to the post-planning and the execution. So medyo nagamit ko po talaga yung pagiging communication graduate and dealing with the top management down to the laylayan. Kasi yung mga beneficiaries po talaga namin, like from the laylayan po talaga, yung mga mahihirap, mga nasalanta ng bagyo and such. Okay. So medyo nagamit ko po yung pagiging communication graduate ko doon sa ganung klaseng work.
But what about when you shifted to Facebook ads and marketing? How much of your mass comm background did you use or transfer over, or did you use as a scaffolding, or totally ba nag-aral ka as ng something different para lang talaga maka-change ka ng career mo completely?
Actually po, I think kasi from shifting from the NGO perspective, tapos tumalon sa Facebook ads, which involves marketing, writing, creativity, talagang piniga. So parang ako nun, teka muna, babalik ko lang yung mga natutunan ko nung college. So na-apply ko naman po yung mga principles, especially when it comes to writing and marketing, yung mga principles ko back then. So medyo na-apply ko siya ngayon because Facebook is also an alternative form, or one of our media ngayon to communicate. So I think it's very relevant, and I was very thankful nga na na-explore ko siya, given na ngayon yung situation na we're going digital. We're in the technological part of the century. So parang okay pa rin po, and inline pa rin talaga siya dun sa pinag-aralan ko. However, yun nga, since for the past maybe 5 years akong nasa corporate, nasa NGO, hindi ko siya masyadong nagagamit kasi iba yung line of work ko before. But now, yes, medyo nagagamit ka po.
Oh, very good. So, ang dami ko pa rin tanong. I really want to squeeze everything in. So, I hope you don't mind if I shoot the questions. So, now that you're an ad strategist, did you start with that? Or may mga ranking din ba yan? So, when you start as a freelancer, do you also start from the bottom? Parang mga assistant ka lang? Or dive ka na ba agad talaga into getting a client and doing those $6 and six-figure deals, seven-figure deals. Paano ba yon? Paano ba nagsisimula ang isang freelancer o ang isang virtual assistant na katulad nung nangyari sa'yo?
siguro I was lucky back then. That was 2018 when I met my friends na nag-freelance, and they are in this particular community, online freelancer community in the Philippines, na ang mindset is not na ang mindset ay premium thinking, parang premium mindsets po. So when I started, I actually didn't start to earn yung mga usually na per hour na payment, per hour na service fee. Like for example, yung iba po $5 per hour. I started with a retainer and a fixed fee monthly. So para rin akong employed during the time na pumasok po ako sa freelancing community, and I had my first ever client. So that was it's a startup e-commerce store in the US, in New York, and I was their social media manager. So back then, fixed yung amount na nare-receive ko sa kanila. So I think I was just lucky po to be part of that particular community. If I can mention, okay lang po ba?
Yeah, that's
It's the Freelance Movement Tribe. Yeah, it's the Freelance Movement Tribe by John Ryan Pagulayan. So he has this community where he helps Filipino freelancers to have this premium mindset na hindi porket Filipino ka or ibang lahi ka, mas mababa yung fee na makukuha mo. Well, in fact, dapat nga ka-level or mas mataas pa, because we provide better from the experiences of the clients po, we provide better services than the other nationalities. So, yun yung swerte po ako kasi hindi ako nagsimula from the bottom. But I know some stories po na talagang nagsimula sila from like $2 per hour. Yung iba pong mga writers na kilala ko, parang $20 per 2,000 words. So, talagang mababa yung fee. So, ako, naswertehan ko po talaga na I found this community, and then they gave me this premium mindset na, oo nga no, I have this certain skill. I know something about this skill, and I also invest in myself because I also learned from the courses online. So yun, aside from before I take over or before I applied for this position, I have the knowledge na po. I prepared for it kasi although there are some na sinasabi na okay lang yan, apply ka muna, and then during the time that you're in, you can do it na, you can learn it while you're doing it. So ako, I made sure na at least I know something about the industry or about the task that I'm doing. So balikan ko lang po konti. Back then kasi, during the time na nasa NGO ako and hawak ko yung mga project, this certain project, I also manage their social media platforms. So parang back then, siguro parang training ko na to, baka binigay din to na way na parang, sige, gawin mo to kasi in preparation sa'yo sa future. Siguro yun yung nag-lead po. So, I know the whereabouts and the whatabouts po sa pag-manage ng social media accounts. I handle everything, even yung inquiries po ng mga beneficiaries or even the inquiries of the possible sponsors, and even marketing yung mga projects to invite people to join. So, nagawa ko na siya. And then, eventually, na-apply ko siya, and then I just upgraded it nung nag-work na ako na yun talaga yung focus.
I see.
So, yun, medyo may preparations din.
So, I think I can really see that you're a very driven young woman. Napapansin mo ba na itong world of freelancing, it only suits young people like you because you are more driven, you have more skills, you have a millennial mindset, or is it too late for older people like me to to be in your area or become a freelancer myself,
to join the
Facebook strategist myself?
No, hindi po. Actually, I think the best thing about this kind of industry is that wala siyang edad na pinipili. I know some from ang tawag kasi ako back then po nagtatalk ako sa mga nasa grassroots, ang tawag ko sa mga older than me, millennials, so feeling millennials, di ba? So parang mga young at heart. So meron po sa mga freelancing community na mga nasa, let's say, in the bracket of around 40s to 60s, they're freelancers. They're doing what we're doing as well. So this industry is actually a fair industry na hindi ginajudge kung ano yung age mo. I think it's just a matter of how you will present yourself, and at the same time, how will you commit to learn this particular skill. So I know someone from our group na content writer. I think she's in her 50s, and she started this certain group for the 50s and above, so mga young at heart, na para mag-start kayo, mag-freelance din kayo because the opportunity is open for everyone. So pwede po, wala po siyang pagka nag-edad ka ng ganito, like when we go to corporate, o pag 60 ka, resign ka, or forced retired ka na. Dito hindi ka, basta kaya mo, you can access the computer, you know how to navigate the computer, you know how to navigate different platforms, pwede po talaga. Wala siyang saradong pintuan para sa mga may edad or nasa ganung age group na po. So pwede po kayo, Miss Mimi. Don't
sige,
don't
yan ang goal natin for 2021.
Pwede. Yes,
okay.
yes.
So ito double-barreled question to. I also have a communications background. Muntik na akong mag-masscom, but I chose diff. So one of the things na sinasabi, huwag kang mag-ask ng double-barreled question. But I'm gonna ask it anyway. I will still commit the grateful sin, mga grave sin, which is to ask a double-barreled question. This is about you being a freelancer looking for your client. Paano ba kumukuha ng client ang isang freelancer? Lumalapit ba sila sa iyo o ikaw ang kailangan mag-seek sa kanila? And number 2, how do you maintain good relationships with your clients, especially if you have multiple clients at the same time? Hopefully, ma-remember mo yung question, but I think they're all interrelated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Siguro dun po sa first question, how do we get clients? So when I was starting, I would usually go to freelancer platforms. Freelancer platforms are like onlinejobs.ph, Upwork, FreeUp, Fiverr. Marami po talagang freelancer websites kung saan magpo-post yung mga employers or those who are in need of this certain service. So doon yung initial ko na pinuntahan. And then you post your profile, parang maggagawa ka ng resume mo online. And then if you have portfolio, you attach it there. That's one way. Another way is you can do cold emails. If you have this pool of emails, or you have this pool of emails that you've probably ginagawa po script online, you can also do cold emails. And if you have potential brands that you want to work with, ako po talaga ito ginagawa ko for local brands, since I haven't had foreign brands na for a time. So sa mga local brands, ako shotgun approach, kasi I think because I'm confident that I can do this certain service for them, and I know that I can provide results. So nagsha-shotgun approach ako sa kanila. Message ko sila na this particular, for example, I saw their ad and then I know that I can help them with medyo lang talaga siya, medyo po man tawag doon, either papansinin ka or ibaban ka nila or ibablock ka nila. But if you can actually do that, like what I've been doing, so ginagawa ko po ganun diretso. I message the brand. Sabi ko, I'm a fan of your brand, especially if I'm using the brand or certain product, or I know that this product is really parang magiging sobrang powerful niya if talaga parang tawag mo dyan, minarket mo siya ng maayos, mas malawak yung reach and mas tataas yung benta niya. So I message them. I tell them that I noticed that this is your running ad, and then I give them my comments and on how they can improve it. I actually provide value first. So this is how you can improve it, ganyan. And then if you're interested to know more, I can provide you a free strategy through a call. So ganun ko po siya ginagawa. And then aside from that, I also join Facebook groups or other how do you call that? Other conversational groups, like you can also join Quora, Reddit. LinkedIn is actually very, very good platform to look for clients as well, because definitely if you connect to a certain business owner or a certain professional, you would know you can now connect to them, and then you can ask if they need help due to this certain area of their business, or say, for example, marketing, kung yun po yung kailangan. So yun po, maraming ways. So you can do freelance sites, you can do cold emails, you can do shotgun approach to the brand, like what I've been doing. You can also do through LinkedIn. You can join Facebook groups and other platforms. And ngayon, ang nangyayari po sa akin, since I have social groups and I have clients who did testimonials, I have referrals. So yun po yung malaking ngayon na parang syempre once you provided yung result kay client or to this happy client, they will refer you to their network. So yun na siya, parang domino na siya na talagang minsan parang sabi ko, wow, teka muna, isa pa lang. And then, ito na naman, may referral ulit. Then to answer your next question po, sorry po, ang bilis ko po ba?
Which is links to your response na, ayan na,
yes,
sobrang dami na si client because of referral. What's happening to you?
Yes.
What's your life like? What's your life like in that situation?
with that situation, then that's actually the point where you can start scaling your freelancing business. So from being a lone wolf, parang ikaw lang mag-isa, you can now hire people under you. You can now create a team. And then from that particular team, you can grow your business. And then you can outsource, you can delegate the tasks. So parang ang dream po talaga is for someone who's doing freelancing, ang dream po talaga dito is you create your own team. You create your own team, and now ang mangyayari na lang sa'yo or sa akin kung halimbawa that this is actually my goal po is to have a team, and then I'll be doing the client acquisition, or maybe soon or like in the future someone will be doing it for me, and then I'll just earn passively, parang ganon. Yun po talaga yung dream. And yun yung maganda na parang track mo when you're doing freelancing. Para hindi ka forever na ikaw yung gumagawa ng client work. Kasi this is also a business. I think a lot of people would frame being a freelancer as a freelancer. Well, in fact, pwede mong i-grow yung freelancing career mo as a freelancing business itself. Kasi, like for example po, you're a VA, halimbawa, if yun po yung tinatrack mo, you're a VA, but sometimes yung VA job would correlate to what a call center agent does. Yun lang po, nasa macro sila. Marami na sila, di ba? Maraming VAs lang yun. Then you can also create your own agency or your own call center agency eventually. So, yun po yung dream. So, you outsource, you delegate the tasks na dumarating. Kasi, mahirap pong sa state ko ngayon as a freelancer, I would usually accept lang ako ng accept kasi bago lang din po ako, hindi pa naman ako sobrang matagal, and I'm also trying to build my financial stability din. So yun po yung ginagawa ko, and yun yung plan ko rin na gawin. So mag-build ng team to delegate and outsource everything po.
So, ibig sabihin, at the moment, you are having multiple clients na talagang clients mo, and then you're still part of an agency. So, kaya mo pa. You can manage your time. You still have work-life balance. You can still go out with your friends. So, are you still single or do you have a family now?
I'm still single po. And sa tanong niyo po na kung kaya ko pa, kinakaya ko pa.
Kaya. Okay.
Kaya naman po. Kaya pa naman po.
Okay. That's what I mean. So, I think based on everything that you've told me, meron ka sigurong top 3 freelancer skills or attributes na pwede mong i-share sa mga nakikinig sa atin. So, I think number 1 is you are driven. Yan ang nakikita ko sa'yo. You have a dream, you have a goal, you're driven, kinakaya mo. You don't stop. You really have a purpose why you are doing this, and you're not just targeting, willy-nilly. What other characteristics do you think other people should have para makaya rin nila yung ginagawa mo?
Nung pumasok po ako dito sa industry na to, I think first and foremost dapat risk taker ka, and malakas yung loob mo. Why? Because you will do the client acquisition yourself. Hindi to kagaya nung nasa office ka na kapag minsan, di ba po, ito, based on my own experience, may mga times na hindi tayo happy sa ginagawa natin sa work. And what we do is, sige, hintayin ko na lang matapos yung oras. Tapos, okay, alas 5 na pwede nang umuwi. May ganun tayo sometimes na attitude. Ako before, nung medyo talagang exhausted na ako, minsan inaantay ko na lang matapos yung araw. Dito sa ganitong klase po na industry, hindi pwedeng ganun. Kailangan kasi committed ka rin kasi once na hindi mag-work or hindi, alam niyo po yun, hindi na maging okay yung ginagawa mong service for your client, yung mawalan ka ng gana, some of the clients can easily fire you, di ba? Can easily replace you. If wala kang pinangahawakang document or contract with them, they can easily fire you because you're not really employed. You are hired, you're project hired, parang ganun po. And especially if your offer or your service is not as essential as the others. So for example, if you're not part of the sales team, 'di ba? Or if you're not part of this certain team na magdadrive ng marketing or like no, anything about to the revenue of the business, madali kang palitan, di ba? So dapat committed ka. You're focused, you're staker, you're committed, and also you're learning because the platform is also learning. Day by day po, grabe. Lalo si Facebook. Grabe po siya talaga. Like, everyday meron kang bagong matututunan. Everyday may dapat kang aralin, i-tweak and everything. So, hindi pwede yung lang, pumasok ka lang sa industry na to, tapos, ay, okay na to, ako na yung may hawak ng time ko. Hindi ganun eh. It's still, you have to treat it as if, you're a business owner na pag hindi ka kumilos or hindi ka nagtrabaho or hindi ka gumawa ng steps to make it, parang to make your business parang matibay, babagsak siya eh. So yun. Siguro po yung 3 things yun. You have to be a risk taker, you have to commit, you have to focus. Yung 3 pong yun, malaking bagay po yun. Kasi once mabitawan mo yun, parang wala na, mawawalan ka ng gana, you'll get frustrated din. Kasi pag nawalan ka ng clients, paano ka na? Yung parang ganun po.
Wow, ang dami ko naman natututunan sa'yo. I can't believe this. But of course, I'm always inspired by the people that I talk to. Ito na lang siguro yung pinaka last question ko before we say goodbye for this episode. Ano ba talaga yung Facebook ad strategist? Is it just a technical term or ano ba mga special things na ginagawa niyan? And how is it different from Facebook marketing? Are they the same? Kasi maraming nakikinig lang ng mga buzzwords na yan, but they want to do it. Mm-hmm. They're probably interested in the idea of they probably want to be in it, pero baka hindi pa rin nila talaga naunawaan what it is, what it entails, and how does it help businesses?
Mm-hmm. Facebook Facebook strategies are those people who run and manage and strategize the advertisements being run through Facebook platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and even WhatsApp. Kung familiar po kayo dun sa app na yun. So we run ads. Basically, kami, ito yung trinatrabaho namin, yung ini-strategize namin, yung mga sponsored posts or sponsored contents na nakikita ninyo sa newsfeed or actually anywhere in the platform. So yun. Ang trabaho talaga or parang main job namin is to make sure that the voice of this brand or the message of this brand reaches the particular audience na tinatarget niya, for them to take an action. So usually with my clients, because it's an e-commerce store, usually what I would make sure that my target audience do is to send the message or to buy something from the store. So basically, part po siya ng marketing, but it's more specific task na talagang advertisement yung trinatrabaho. And when you're doing this, hindi lang to yung naglagay ka lang sa Facebook ng advertisement or ng content. You also write the copy for that particular brand, for the advertisement. You, with my experience, I also instruct and direct what kind of creatives or what kind of visual yung gagamitin namin. So, yung ganong bagay po. And also, I also strategize the targeting, which is the main thing that what we're doing. We structure the strategy inside Facebook Ads Manager kung kanino dapat mapunta yung message, kung kanino dapat ma-send itong particular ad namin na tao, kung kanino siya. So, when you do Facebook ads, alam niyo po kaya sobrang parang na-happy ako na gawin tong work na to kasi you have the result within the day. Malalaman mo kasi kagad kung hindi, for example, walang benta. Kung may store ka namin na manage or may store ka na ginagawa ng advertisement, malalaman mo kung nag-take effect ba yung strategy na ginawa mo kapag bumenta sila or hindi. That's one possible thing na mangyari. So I was really happy na there's an immediate result na parang within the day, pwede kong baguhin yung strategy. Okay, dito nag-work. Alam niyo po yun, ako kasi personally gusto ko yung ganun, na nag-iisip ako lagi. Parang pinag-iisip ako ng trabaho na ginagawa ko. At hindi ako yung parang, okay na yan, pwede na yung ganyan. So ako kasi gusto ko yung ganung adrenaline. So that's one thing that I love about this service or this skill. Kasi nga, it's very dynamic and you really have to push po yung creativity mo, your strut, lahat talagang na-excite ka niya. And sometimes you get frustrated too. Kasi
Yeah, that's
pag walang benta, ano bang ginawa kong mali? Oo,
Yeah.
parang ganun. So, very dynamic. Yun po yung role. Yun po yung role ng mga strategists. So, definitely to drive benta, to drive marketing, and then at the same time, makabenta rin. Yun talaga yun. To drive leads to the store, to the business, or to a certain service kung saan ka nag-offer nung minamanage mo or nung Facebook ad strategy mismo.
Wow.
Yun po yung pinaka-role. Yes.
Parang hindi pala siya ganun kasimple na sa back-end ka lang, nag-upload ka lang ng creatives, nagsiset ka lang ng marami pala mga ins and outs pa. So I think, Frances, with all your wealth of knowledge, we need a part 2. Pero for now, we have to just let everything that you shared sink in sa ating mga viewers at sa ating mga listeners. I'll just invite you for part 2 kasi marami pa akong gustong i-pick up from what you said about the strategies, the relationship with the client, etc., etc. But thank you so much for your time, Frances. Do you have any final messages to people that are watching or viewing or listening to us? Do you have any what do you call this advice to those who want to enter this field of freelancing or virtual assistants?
Sige po. Siguro, since I think your audience, ma'am, diba, all over the world, diba? Hindi lang sa Philippines, sa mga Filipinos, overseas Filipino workers din possibly na nakikinig sa atin ngayon, there's an opportunity waiting for all of us doing online work. And then, but before jumping in or diving into the community or to this industry, make sure that you're also ready. So, again, this industry is very open. Hindi siya judgmental. Wala siyang pinipiling age group. As early, like probably as long as you know how to manage or how to use to navigate the platforms online, kahit anong edad mo, open po itong industry na to. And ayun, just take with everything what we do naman, we need to be committed and we need to focus on what we're doing so that we can excel eventually. And then, alam niyo po yun, makuha natin kung ano yung goal natin from doing that thing. So, yun lang po, Miss Mimi. Thank you po. Thank you so much for this.
Talagang you will really inspire a lot of people to think about, kahit na side hustle lang siya, kahit part-time or additional source of income lang siya, as long as they have the skills that they can offer, I think that's the good parang entry point nila. Ano bang pwede kong ma-offer and what kind of training do I need to have or self-study that I need to do to make this happen? So, guys, if you are interested on inviting Frances back into Samu't Sari, you let me know. You just email me dun sa ating show notes kung saan nyo ako may email. And if you have any other topics or stories that you wish to feature in the show, just please reach out to me. Samu't Sari is a member of the GUERRILLA Podcast Syndicate. You can also check out the other programs of the GUERRILLA Podcast Syndicate. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally now, I also have a Facebook page where you can view previous episodes from last year. So thank you again, Frances. Let's say goodbye to our viewers, listeners. And I hope you enjoyed coming to the show and talking to me. And I hope that our listeners also learned a lot from you. So thank you, everyone, and see you at the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
If you find value in this episode, make sure you like and subscribe to be notified of new releases. If you have any questions or suggestions, please reach out to Guerrilla Podcast or send us an email at mimi@dinosocial.com. Spread the word and don't forget to tune in next time.